I love nursing, and I also love innovation. However, often when I speak about innovation within the field of nursing, I met with ah, and it's understandable. Innovation in technology within the healthcare sector is growing really fast, and sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to keep up with new technologies. And now, as a new professional within the field, I'm slowly starting to relate a little bit relate to this response. As nurses are already really busy, we're not offered the opportunity to innovate, and quite frankly, we're not paid enough. However, if we could change this attitude of innovation earlier on during nursing education, I believe we could have our future nurses innovate in a way to improve working quality for healthcare professionals, which in turn will improve patient care. This is the key to make our future nurses stakeholders within the future development of healthcare system. So, what is innovation? It's a bit of an ambiguous word that can mean a lot of different things to many different people. But simply put, innovation is looking at a problem, understanding it, and trying to make it better. And if you make it better, that's innovation. Innovation can be applied to something which already exists or can be used to develop something completely new. But before we go deeper to this topic, let me tell you all a story which inspired me. When I started my final internship, my nursing studies, end of 2020, I had an interview with someone. The first question she asked me was, so Ben, where do you see yourself going next 5 to 10 years? Honestly, I'll have to think about it a little while. And I told her, well, to be honest, I don't think I can be a nurse forever. It's really hard work, like really hard, but physically and emotionally. But I'm passionate about healthcare and I'd love to pursue a future career in healthcare innovation and technology. And yes, and I assume my new graduate be planning on. Ah, I know, you know what she said? She said, I see. I'm not too sure about this whole innovation thing. I'm not really big fan. Wow. Okay, I was taken aback. See, that's what I want to do. The egotistical part of me wants to say, what do you mean you don't like innovation? You don't want to improve the ah, improve patient care? Well, I didn't say that, obviously. Instead, I asked her one simple question, and that was, why? And what she told me gave me the biggest light bulb moment. She said, well, too often in a business person or engineer comes to me with a new technology or innovative idea, in more often than not, it's not very user-friendly or just adds more to our workload. Okay, so I'm standing there and thinking, ding, this is the moment when I realized there is a huge disconnect between the developer and the end user within the healthcare sector. In fact, this isn't the first time I get in this kind of response. Throughout my stu- frustration whenever new technologies or policies are introduced. So on our days full of taking more reports, taking patients' vitals, communicating with doctors, physiotherapists, family members, taking patient vitals again, and charting and forgetting something. Well, that's honestly on a good day. But most of the time we are covering for our colleagues who are taking on extra administration, try to save money, and answering call, won't help, especially independent patients who all of a sudden can't do anything for themselves anymore. If there's anybody out there who most of you probably do, go ahead and hold out in this right time.
So frustrating.
So frustrating.
So yeah.
So yeah, I think a new technology or process on top of all of this, especially when they're going only adds on to the headache.
And you see,
nursing is changing. It's not the same that it was 20, 30 years ago, neither is the healthcare system. It seems like education is not quite caught up. A lot of new technologies are being introduced, and most of the nurses' time still being spent completing mundane or repetitive tasks.
We're seeing an
aging population. We're seeing increasing patient needs are more demanding and shortage in healthcare staff. However, we could have these repetitive and mundane tasks and charting aided by AI and technologies is a small. This will help nurses to communicate and provide care for their patients, but also give them an opportunity to solve the problems within their organizations. In fact, the World Health Organization estimates that by 2030 there's going to be a global healthcare shortage.
With 9 million of those
being this is caused by experienced nurse.
A poor retention rate of professionals and less people it's not looking very good. So we're in a point now
we can no longer wait and see these advances will happen in the healthcare system. We are at the point now where the advancements and technologies
but
who are the ones who should be driving these advances and technology? Well, the answer is
nurses.
We are the ones who have been using all of the technologies that have been introduced thus far. We work with them every day. See what the flaws are. Some of us have pretty good ideas how to make them better, but most importantly, us nurses are the ones to really understand what aspect of our jobs can be replaced with future technologies. If we can combine the frontline experience of nurses with the innovative approaches business people and engineers, just imagine the improvements we could see. We could actually start solving problems nurses face every day by including them, the end user within the development phase. So that comes now to my main question. How do we solve this multi-dimensional issue? It is quite a big problem. Well, a good start would be by looking into our education system. From my experience going to take a bunch of nursing teaches them about nursing, and it makes sense. But what does the nursing bubble within the university, and sometimes it can be a little difficult to penetrate through that barrier. What it does is narrows your pathway. What you learn is only useful for that without exploration and problem solving in the industry. Bachelor handed the tools and taught how to use them. There's very little emphasis on being able to look at the this would work much better if it and here is the thing. Universities are networking heaven. We're literally working in establishments where people IT, engineering, design, culture, healthcare. It is only tip of the iceberg. As a student, I was lucky enough to be part of we had a diverse group, myself a nurse, the industrial designer, a cultural manager, and a health tech engineer. This experience taught me so much about the importance of networking and how to work with professional fields. I can't help but think that every single student have an opportunity like this to solve real life problems. But most importantly, it showed me that we needed each other to make this project become alive. During the same time, we also established a non-profit, innovative, and entrepreneurs amongst the university students. I was lucky to have an experience like this, and I was sharing all the beginnings of the but it's at its infancy stage and not help. So, if there's any nursing educators out there, in fact, all educators who are already doing this is to. There's one thing I would like to ask is that you take your students out of the bubble. Make them professionally make some networking and working projects with students going through different courses within a university. From my experience in projects with my colleagues, I could see huge benefits in this kind of cross-course collaboration. What might come out of the really and the connections. Oh, fuck no. Now, when you really think about it, how can we develop easily adaptable technologies for nurses if we never gonna get a sit down and work with a multi-professional team? So, in a future potential problem, we can draw from this past experiences and networks we gain the student to at least get started with innovation process. Now, there are many barriers nurses and health tech developers face within the healthcare sector. Education our nursing must come. We can slowly start to make stakeholders with this. However, education is not an end of solution. The solution lies in education, technology, governance, leadership laws, finances, and all taken into consideration. But these are all untainted TEDx talks themselves, and so if there's anybody out there listening who is an expert within the field, might come up here and speak about how we can start about solving these issues. We need to get this ball rolling because time is seriously starting to run out. And now for myself as a new professional in the field, I would like to share that if you're a startup, innovator, business person, engineer, or anybody who works on a healthcare related technology or service, is to get in contact with nurse. Ask us, how can this product and service make better to serve our needs better? Trust me, we wanna help this. And when I'm on the talking topic, students to get more involved, find like-minded people in societies. These might be part of us within a local university. And if you have a business or innovation idea, share it. Speak to people and find another service within your community. There are healthcare hackathons and other kind of services to help you construct these ideas better. Now, studies have shown that innovation empowers nurses when it looks like improving patient care, technologies, and processes. However, this is only possible with financial support. Healthcare leaders promoting an environment where intellectual creativity is promoted, and employees get the recognition of and prestige for paid work. However, time and time again, when I've spoken to nurses as a student and now I was a professional, it seems like there is something preventing nurses from achieving this. There's something fundamentally preventing nurses from innovating. Well, nurses are overworked, burning out, underpaid, often unappreciated with their own organization, especially within the public sector. But most importantly, we aren't offered the opportunity to really demonstrate our true potential. Now it's AI and technologies, but nurses. We need to educate and facilitate our future nurses to be the stakeholders within the future development of healthcare system. Our future nurses and providers of human care, supported by these technologies and AI, not replaced by them.
After
all,
one
of the first human interactions you have in life is with a nurse in a maternity ward. And when you are lost, it will be a nurse by your bedside. The way we support our nurses in society is a choice. So please help us nurses so we can help you innovate. Let's build a better future together. Thank you. I love nursing. And I also love innovation. However, often when I speak about innovation within the field of nursing, I met with and it's understandable. Innovation and technology within the healthcare sector is growing really fast. And sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to keep up with the new technologies. And now, as a new professional in the field, I'm slowly starting to relate a little bit more to this response. Us nurses are already really busy. We are not offered the opportunity to innovate, and quite frankly, we are not paid enough. However, if we could change this attitude of innovation earlier on during nursing education, I believe we could have a future
improve the working quality for healthcare professionals, which
in turn will improve patient care. This is the key to make our future nurses stakeholders within the future development of healthcare system. So, what is innovation? It's a bit of ambiguous word that can mean a lot of different things to many different people. But simply put, innovation is looking at a problem, understanding it, and trying to make it better. And if you make it better, that's innovation. Innovation can be applied to something which can already exist, or it can be used to develop something completely new. But before we go deeper into this topic, let me tell you all the story which inspired me. When I started my final internship, I had an interview with one question which she asked me was, so Ben, where do you see yourself going in the next 5 to 10 years? Honestly, I had to think about it for a little while. And then I told her, well, to be honest, I don't think I can be a nurse forever. It's really hard work, like really hard, but both physically and emotionally. But I'm passionate about healthcare, and I would love to pursue future career in healthcare innovation and technology. And yes, and I assume
it's strange for a near graduate to be planning on
leaving his career in the first day of internship. And you know what she said? Well, she said, oh, I see. I am not too sure about this whole innovation thing. I'm not really a big fan. Whoa. Okay. I was taken aback. See, that's what I want to do. The egotistical part of me wants to say, what do you mean you don't like innovation? You don't want to improve for working, which in turn patient care.
didn't say that.
Well, I didn't say that, obviously. Instead, I asked her one simple question,
and that was
why? And what she told me gave me the biggest light bulb moment. She said, well, too often in a business person or an engineer comes in with a new technology or innovative idea, more often than not, it's not very user-friendly or just adds more to our workload. Okay, so I'm standing there and I'm thinking, ding, this is the moment that I realize there is a huge disconnect between the developer and the end user within the healthcare sector. In fact, this isn't the first time I gotten this kind of response throughout my studies, and often recognize there's a bit of frustration factor whenever new technologies or policies are introduced. So on our days full of taking more reports, taking patients' vitals, communicating with doctors, physiotherapists, family members, taking patient vitals again, and charting and God forgetting something, well, that's honestly on a good day. But most of the time we are covering for our colleagues, taking on extra administrative roles because hospitals are trying to save money, and answering call help, call bells, especially independent patients who all of a sudden can't do anything for themselves anymore. So if there's anybody out there who knows, go ahead and ask them to share a story with you about call bells and this kind of patients. They are quite amusing, but oh, so frustrating. So yeah, adding a new technology or process or on top of this, especially when only adds on to the headache. And you see, nursing is changing. It's not the same that it was 20 to 30 years ago. Neither is the healthcare system. It seems like education is not quite caught up. A lot of new technologies are being introduced, and most of nurses' time still being spent with tasks. In addition to this, we're seeing increasing patient needs are more demanding and shortage in healthcare staff. However, we could have these repetitive mundane tasks in charting aided by AI, and technologies are small. This would hopefully leave more time for nurses to communicate and provide care for their patients, but also give them an opportunity to solve problems within their organizations. In fact, the World Health Organization estimates that by 2030, there's going to be a global healthcare shortage, with 9 million of those being nurses specific. This is caused by experienced nurses community, a poor retention rate of new professionals, and less people entering the field. It's not looking good. So we're in a point we can no longer wait and see if this advances happen in the healthcare system. We are at the point now where these things have happened. But we are
driving these advancements in technologies.
Well, the answer is frontline healthcare workers, nurses. We are the ones who have been using all of the technologies which have been introduced thus far. We work with them every day, see what the flaws are, and some of us might have pretty good ideas on how to make them better. But most importantly, us nurses are the ones who truly understand what aspects of our jobs can be replaced with future technologies. If we could combine the frontline experience of nurses with the innovative approaches of business people and engineers, just imagine the improvements we can see. We could actually start solving problems nurses faces every day by including them at the end user and the developer phase. So that comes to now to my main question. How do we solve this multidimensional issue? It is quite a big one. Well, a good start would be by looking into our educational system. From my experience to my bachelor degree in nursing, take a bunch of nursing students. A nurse teaches them about nursing, and that makes sense. But what it does is creating a bubble penetrate through the barrier. What it does is narrows your path where what you learn is only useful for the profession without exploration and problem solving within the industry. The nursing student going to bachelor's degree taught how to use them. There is very little emphasis on being able to look at it forward and this will work much better if this was made like this. And here's the thing, universities are networking heavens. We are literally working on establishes where people are working on business, marketing, IT, healthcare, and this is only tip of the iceberg. As a student, I was lucky enough to be a part of group who are really keen on extra innovative projects. We have a diverse group of students, myself, the nurse, to industrial designers, and healthcare engineers. We taught networking and how to work with multi-professional teams. I couldn't help but think that every single student had an opportunity like this and solve real-life problems. But most importantly, it showed me that we needed each other to make this project become alive. During the same time, we also established a non-profit which took an innovative and entrepreneurial culture amongst university students. I was lucky to have an experience like this. And I should acknowledge that there are the beginnings of innovation education within nursing studies, but it's at the infancy stage, but not held prior to within the classroom. So, if there is any nursing educators out there, in fact, all educators who are already doing this there is one thing I would like to ask is that you like to study students out of the bubble. Make them interact with different courses of university. I can see huge benefit of this kind of cross-course interaction. And the connections you get from them will last lifetime. Now, when you really think about it, how can we develop an easily adaptable technologies for nurses if we never get a chance to learn how to really sit down and work with a multi-professional team? So, in a future careers of when we come across a future, we can draw from this classroom experiences and network we gain with students to at least get started with innovative progress. There are many barriers that nurses and healthcare engineers face. Educating, we can slowly start to make this stakeholders strategy. Education is no end of solution. The solution lies in a more integrated approach where education, technology, governance, leadership, laws, and financials all take into consideration. But these are all entirely to the TEDx talks themselves and outside of my personal experiences. But if there's anybody out there listening, expert from this field, and talk about how we can solve these issues, because time is will seriously start to run out. And now from myself, with a new message that I would like to share, that is that if you are a startup, innovator, business person, engineer, or anybody working on healthcare-related technology or service, is to get in contact with the nurse. Ask us, how can this product or service make better, suit our needs better? Trust me, we wanna help. That's
kind of why we're
kind
nurses
of
to begin with.
ironies to begin with.
And
And while I'm on the
I'd
topic,
also like to
encourage nurses and students to get more involved. Find
like-minded
like-minded people in societies. These might be part of hospital you are working for or within the local university. And if you have a business or innovation ideas, share, speak to people, find other services within the community. There are help, there are hackathons and other things to get better. Now, studies have shown that innovation empowers nurses when it looks at ways improves patient care. However, this is only possible with financial support, healthcare leaders promoting an environment where intellectual creativity is promoted, and employees get the recognition and prestige that they deserve. However, time and time again, when I've spoken to nurses as a student, and I'm a professional, it's something preventing nurses achieving. There is something fundamentally preventing nurses from innovating. Well, nurses are overworked, burning out, underpaid, often underappreciated by their own organizations, especially within the public sector. But most importantly, we aren't offered the opportunity to really demonstrate our potential. Now, as AI and technologies, many tasks of nurses in the future, we need to facilitate our future nurses will be the healthcare information integrators, healthcare consultants, health coaches, and providers for human care, and supported by these technologies and AI, now not replaced by them. After all, one of the first human interactions you have in life with a nurse, and in return to work. And the last will be with a nurse by your bedside. The way we support our nurses society is a choice. So please help us nurses so we can help you innovate. Let's build a better future together. Thank you.